Welcome back to the Rogue Wave podcast, the frequency for all things pop culture. All right, Hassan, I'm very excited for this segment. I don't know how long it's going to go. I don't know how good it's going to be. I really don't. I have no idea. But it is a reboot. See what I did there? Of our famous trailer through the trash segment. And I think it's actually a more genuine version of this. We said this in the opening. We're going to take this movie now. We've seen Black Widow. We're going to watch the very last trailer. I think the last trailer that Marvel released. Which, by the way, sidebar for a second. I went on their YouTube page, Marvel Studios YouTube page. Guess who is the front of, like, the front video of their YouTube page?
Couldn't guess.
Ryan Penagos.
Nice. Very nice.
So for all the audience out there, Hassan and I actually met when we worked at Wizard Magazine. Wizard Magazine, for anyone, what do you think, over 30? Still remembers Wizard Magazine? I think that's probably the age gap, because, I mean, it shut down about 10 years ago, so I'm going to sit there and say, if you're over 30 and you're into comics, you knew what Wizard Magazine was, the guide to comics.
Yeah, about 13 years
and
ago, almost.
Hassan worked for Wizard. I worked for Wizard. I was the website editor. Ryan Penagos was the price guide editor. And out of the two people, like, most likely to go, or the three people, I should actually say, because you were in the accounting office too. I mean, you weren't even in the like, you and I were upstairs. Ryan was downstairs in editorial. I would sit there and say the likelihood of people coming out to eventually go on to do video podcasts and videos I would not have staked Ryan. He looks fantastic though. Like, he looks the part. Like, he's got this nice mustache. It's real grown. He's got the dark rim glasses. Like, he fits the part. Like, are
you saying he's hot?
Oh yeah,
he's hot.
Oh yeah. No, he's like Hansel. He's what is it? Hansel. He's so hot. No, he looks.
You sound like you sound like Goldmember. He's tight like a tiger.
No, he's fantastic. Like, he is
something one
absolutely...
bro says about another bro.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. Like, it's a fantastic thing. Like, he's got like 1 million Twitter followers now. He's basically the video face for Marvel online, which, again,
yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Out of everyone, out of Wizard, like, I wouldn't have thought.
Brady looks, like, I'm sure he looks good, but you're making a.
Tom Brady's a handsome man. Ryan Penagos looks like he should host the Marvel videos section. Is what I'm saying. Like, he just looks the part.
It's always that last sentence. All right, man. So please continue.
So anyway, so yeah, we're gonna take the last trailer from Black Widow. We're gonna go through it. We're gonna do a little Mr. Science Theater. It's only 2 minutes. For our listening audience out there, we'll try to elaborate what's going on as well too. I'll try to do a little commentating so that you understand what's happening in the. Although you'll hear the sound from it as well too. And then we're going to come back. We're going to talk about plot. We're going to talk about characters. And we're going to talk about overall. Film?
I'm sure the people understand how to digest like a reaction video, which is what we're about to do. Just don't over elaborate.
No. We are so much deeper than a reaction.
You're overthinking
video.
it. Just play. Roll the tape. Roll the tape.
All right. This is Black Widow. Trailer truth or trash. It's very exciting, like, very exciting. So
yes, you're excited. You've been excited this whole episode. I'm glad you're excited.
All right.
You don't know everything about me.
You don't know everything about me.
It's just, it's about the train system, right? I see it's about the European train system.
Yes.
Okay.
Before I got this.
No. All right. Now there's heroes. So,
yes.
Okay. It's a hero movie.
So it's pointing back to her time with Avengers Endgame. It's basically giving everybody, when it came out in April, like a recap of,
Yes, actually showing her fall from a cliff to her death.
So it's like, if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame by now, oops, you've had 2 years.
Please come see this movie, because
go back to where it all started.
So it flashes back to her as a kid. It has her. There's the scene where she's meeting her sister. So you find out she has a sister. Is it real? Is it not real?
My girls are the toughest girls in the world.
Oh, see, I'm going to come back to that scene with David Harbour.
Dad, right?
Basically, that's his dad. That's her dad. We're seeing her dad in the trailer.
Like a family, it's just like a family reunion movie.
It is. So this must be her family. And she says, we were just filling roles and assignments. So at the time,
the room full of people with guns in it.
Yeah.
That's at your family house. That's,
Everything.
Families
okay,
break each
yeah.
other's kitchen too.
Yeah, well, she borrowed her sweater. Don't do
Yeah.
that.
And then there's Taskmaster
there's-
too, flashing through. I like Taskmaster in here too. I'm glad they both have superpowers because their car just got blown up in the trailer. But somehow she just I guess she's out of flying out of a helicopter now.
It blew her into orbit.
Yes.
So now she's falling.
One thing
Car
for
blew
sure.
up, and now she's falling from orbit. No,
Yes.
she's,
I'm done running from my
now
past.
she's going through windows. She's very active. She's very
Taskmaster's following her down. All this stuff is happening. It's very, very exciting.
athletic. Theoretically, it's very easy to fight while you're in free fall. Now, I've heard that. I've heard a lot of skydivers claim that that's the best place to do Krav Maga.
You think so?
Yeah, I've heard it. It's an unknown fact. Very
Really?
unknown fact. Yeah.
I would say very unknown, right? I think.
Yeah, it's almost exclusively unknown. Okay, so
we're back.
we just
on.
watched that trailer, right?
Well, let me
And
ask you a
we're-
question. Let me ask you a
Yeah.
question.
Sure.
What was your initial reaction to the trailer way back in the day?
My first reaction to the trailer. Are you asking when I thought about the idea of a Black Widow movie, or just the trailer in it itself?
The trailer in
Just
itself and what
knowing
your expectations for the movie were going to be based on that.
I don't know. I see. This is the thing. This is where we always get into trouble because, like, you'll ask me that question and I'll be like, and you'll think I'm trying to be difficult.
No,
But I'm not. I really looked at it and I'm like, I guess we're going back into her past, like an origin story. It's just like Wolverine origins, or where it's how the guy's adamantium, and he just destroyed a helicopter. This is awesome. So it's.
I think you should do that the entire time.
That's
next
the
time.
voice. No, I can't do that voice continuously because I would
you
hurt my
could.
throat. No. I think most people I know would kill me inside a week. Anyway, bottom line,
Kill two
I
birds.
think it's. Do you want me to answer your question?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. I think it's. I thought it was like, okay, it's an origin story. We're getting it. It's gonna happen. It's way overdue. That's what I thought. And there wasn't a lot revealed in that first trailer. I don't even think Crimson Dynamo or whatever his name was. I don't even think he was in that first trailer. David Harbour was in the first trailer. So, and then I understood. I knew some stuff. That's the problem with this stuff. It's never like you come across it by accident.
Yeah.
You're watching TV one day and there's a trailer and you're like, oh my God, there's a Black Widow movie. Like,
Right.
you know about it like months and months in advance, and you finally get a first look at it. So, like, we already know that we already knew that Florence Pugh was going to take up the Black Widow role within the Avengers, theoretically, whatever the new iteration of the Avengers is going to be, without Captain America and Iron Man, and theoretically without Thor. Although Chris Hemsworth is like, I'm never leaving, so we might have Thor for quite a while.
Yep.
So it just struck me as, okay, this is an origin film. This looks good. I'll go see it. That's literally as deep as the inner monologue was.
Yeah. So in terms of plot, though, right? They laid out a bunch of things in the trailer, right? They laid out that, she has a family. It seemed to be biological. I do point out that David Harbour scene where he's like, "My girls," So it really strongly suggests that he's the biological father and that Rachel Weisz is the mother. It does raise that there's some shenanigans going on because then Florence Pugh kind of says, I thought it was real.
There's some shenanigans going on.
It was real to me, whatever the case is. Doesn't really talk too much about the Red Room, kind of shows the Black Widows. And in that way, I actually think the trailer lives up to the film lives up to the trailer, because that's exactly what the movie ended up being, right? It was less about the Red Room, obviously that played a part in it, and more about this family dynamic. So in terms of like the plot, the trailer gave you exactly what the plot was going to be. Now, Taskmaster is the one side note, whereas the one mystery, the one mystery box of what is it going to be? What's the role that Taskmaster's going to play, and obviously, spoilers if you haven't seen the movie yet. Shame on you for not supporting Scarlett Johansson in the theaters at this point. But it laid out a mystery for Taskmaster, and what ended up happening in the film, where it turns out directly connected to the Red Room, made total sense. Now, you see that in the trailer, but you don't know who that bad guy is in the trailer. You don't know who, what's it, Winstone, right? Is that his name?
Ray Winstone, yeah.
Yeah. You don't know what his role is. You barely even know he's even there.
But you figure he's the bad guy because he's Ray Winstone.
Yeah.
So even in the Indiana Jones movie, he was a good guy, though he was the bad guy, even though he was a good guy. You know, so I mean, it's just Ray Winstone.
What I liked about the trailer, though, was that it made it seem as if Taskmaster was legitimately working for Ray Winstone's character, and then in the film you kind of learn, oh well, yeah, she first of all is directly connected to Ray Winstone. But
don't spoil it.
I did.
All right, yeah, I know.
It's okay.
I know. It's too late.
She is connected to Ray Winstone, but not in a willing sense. And so I thought that was.
Yeah, but I mean, the trailer wouldn't have. We wouldn't have gotten that for the trailer. I mean, look, we knew that Taskmaster was in the film. We knew that something was going to happen. We didn't exactly know when this was taking place from the trailer, right?
Right.
She does speak about it. They do show sequences from Civil War, so you figure it's after that. It's sometime after Civil War, right? And we know it has to be before Endgame, because obviously, right?
Right.
So you figure, okay, she's going to go back to Russia, be with the family, and catch up with them while she's in hiding or something like that. That's the impression you get, and in the process of it, maybe you could argue she gets, she starts having flashbacks about her time there in Russia. You don't necessarily know. It could have just been a whole movie full of them eating dinner and flashing back on experiences that they've had, while working during the Cold War, working for the Soviet Union. So, and then theoretically, Taskmaster comes calling because he wants to, he in theory wants to end everybody.
It's basically right.
Well, it looks like a guy, like it's not even an assumption. It just looks like a guy.
No, not even just assumption, but also just based on the comics too, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's, it's not quite how the movie is, but that's the impression I got from watching that trailer. It's like, all right, obviously the dinner with all of them reunited after all this time is a centerpiece. It's the centerpiece of the trailer, theoretically the centerpiece of the film, and all the other branches, stem from there, where you're going to, from the 3 acts. So somewhere in Act 2, they're all going to get back together again, and they're going to move together towards Act 3. So that's what the trailer showed. It's not exactly like that, but it wasn't so off from that it was disappointing or upsetting. It didn't cause me to, to have unrealistic expectations of the film. So I think that was a success.
I agree with that.
And all the action in the trailer is in the film.
Yeah,
which is also good because in the last 20 years, it's a recent trend to put a lot of stuff in the trailer that is nowhere to be seen in the film. And there have been many times I've actually gone to the film just to see that scene, and it has been gone. And it has happened so often that I'm surprised when I actually see a scene that was in the trailer in a film. In one of those action pieces.
Here's the funny part too, and I forgot to bring it up during the Let There Be Carnage trailer. I actually felt like the Let There Be Carnage trailer gave away too much, right? You learn how Cletus Cassidy becomes Carnage in the trailer. Maybe that's not huge information. Maybe there's going to be more. Whereas in this trailer, none of the, aces in the hole, plot points, plot twists are revealed. Everything is laid out for you to go down one path, and whether or not you believe that is the path that's going to go, it does give you an adequate reveal in the theater.
Yeah, it's decent enough. It's close enough, a facsimile of what they suggest that the film is about, so that you're not disappointed from it.
So, trailer truth or trailer trash? Did Black Widow live up to the trailer?
I would say truth.
I would go truth as well.
Yeah.
And we'll do this again next week. See, we had to prime this thing because next week we got Suicide Squad. And I think we should do a Suicide Squad trilogy.
Let's do The Force Awakens to see if that lived up to it.
Oh, we can definitely do that.
Let's do The Last Jedi.
No, yeah, let's no, yeah. You know what? You know, here's the funny part, right? I think Force Awakens and Last Jedi are so polarized at this point. Rise of Skywalker would be an easy one to do. And we could definitely do that. Yeah. All right. I think we can definitely
deserve the same scrutiny.
We can definitely do one of those as well down the line. I think first attempt, not bad. I think it was all successful. We didn't burn the house down. When we come back, we're going to do Hassan Godwin's Rogue Rage.